Hi and welcome. Sorry. Hi and welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this week's Monday live. And welcome, just welcome to hopefully a lovely time with the cards and with each other if you catch me live here. Last week we were few and sometimes we're a lot and sometimes well the timing is not for someone to catch me live. So let's see what happens. And I have two decks of cards for you today. I have the Elle Oracle, where the guide looks like this, but that's a little bit misleading, sorry, because the box looks like this, Elle. So different like this. And it has this beautiful back here. Very beautiful art in it. For instance, this one here with she who dreams. Elki means she who, and we have she who is present, she who divines, she who whispers, just as some examples. Hi Danny, hello, welcome. Also good to see you. I'm just presenting the decks for today, and then we have the tarot deck also, the Pharaoh Tarot. Here I have the Danish edition. This is originally in English version. Originally, and way back it was with Valentine and Don't Virtue, and then cards has a silver lining. But with the new one here, I don't think it has a silver lining. No, it doesn't have in the Danish version anyway. And it looks like this on the back, and has this, for instance, like summer 6 here in the front. And of course the text is in Danish because I have the Danish version. But this deck has the seasons instead of as the suits. So the summer is equivalent to cups, and autumn is equivalent to coins and pentacles, and spring is equivalent to wands, and what's it called? Winter is equivalent to the swords and air, winter here, for instance, like this. So very beautiful. It's a big deck. They are those from Hay House here. They're very big usually, but they're a lovely deck. It's a lovely deck. I like to work with it. So today, before we get to the personal readings, and I have pulled a card for help for the title, and this time I pulled it from the Elle. And then I will speak a little bit about that, and then I will take the personal readings, and then I will go to card falls all, maybe mixed in with more personal readings depending on if people comes on, if they come before when people comes on, if any. So Danny, you will get your reading, no worries. But it's so interesting because I pulled the She Who Regrets card. And this card is not about regretting. Well, it is, of course, in some way, but it's not about that you are asked to regret anything. It's not about asking you not to regret anything. It's about being aware of how you are in the world, what you put out there with your words, with your actions. Your chosen words like swords or weapons, any kind of weapons. Are they harsh in tone or meaning? Not that you are not allowed to speak your mind, to speak your truth, to stand up for yourself, or even defend yourself if you feel that's necessary. Of course you are. But with this card here, you are more than asked. You are really asked, really, what's the English word? It will come at some point, maybe another day. But you are really asked to really take into consideration how you present yourself with words, with action, how you defend yourself if you feel that is needed, how you stand your ground. Is it in ways how you speak your truth, because sometimes when we interact with other people and when things happen, maybe we feel stressed, maybe it just feels like no, not anymore or anything, and then we can say things, maybe even both with harsh words, or at least with a harsh tone, maybe even both, maybe, and sometimes we can be even cruel in the moment, with an intention to hurt, or at least intention to hurt in that split second. I know it from myself. Thank God it's been a very long time since I had that had that last time, but still I remember how it felt. Okay, I especially remember also how it felt afterwards, and it was like, oh, it really also hurt me. Whether or not it will hurt you or not, this is to hinder you regretting your actions, you regretting your words, because when they first are spoken, you cannot take them back. You can try to explain, you can maybe mend it, you can say you're sorry and stuff, but you cannot take it back. And sometimes the damage is way bigger than we can imagine. And either way, the damage is bigger or not, the words we speak is what will create. The words we speak will attract. They work also like magnets. So when we put out aggression in any sort of form, whether it's because you feel hurt and sad and don't know how else to react, often that's when most of us get sort of aggressive in our, that's often quite influenced by that. Whatever the reason, this card is asking of us to remember, find another way. Please, please, please think before you speak, or at least ask yourself, how would my heart do this? How would my heart say this? How would my heart stand up for myself? How would my heart set these boundaries? How would my heart get this message through? Okay? And follow that as much as possible, so you will not be the one that regrets. Okay? So that's an extra. So hi Pooja, I'm fine, thank you, and welcome. So now we will get to the personal cards, and after the personal cards we will, as I said, we will get to the card for all of us, and maybe mix in with more personal cards depending on how things will go and move along. One more thing, if the connection get interrupted or disturbed, then I now know how to come back without starting up anew, and it works most of the time. So I will then just, if that happens, then please by all means stay in the chat, hang on, and I will do that. If it for some reason cannot be done like that, I will write in the chat that I have to start up a new video, and then of course keep an eye out for that. So there was no problems in my Danish reading early on, so hopefully no problems with this either. So Danny, let's see what deck is for you today. 2 tarot cards for you, Danny. So let's see. First card here and one of these here. And Pooja, if you know which deck you would like, either the Oracle with Elle or the Tarot of Fairy Tarot, then you can write in the chat. Otherwise, I will let the cards choose for you. So Danny, let's see. We have Summer 8 and Awakening. And Summer 8 carries the wish for a more meaningful life. It carries the action towards a more meaningful life, not just a wish of it, but taking action towards it also. At least coming to that that acknowledgement that something needs to change, that it's something to change, maybe a shift of scenery, maybe other way of doing things, maybe taking on something new or letting go of something old, or maybe even both. Maybe changing in the people around you, at least those of them you can. And it gets emphasized with the awakening card here, because it asks of you to look upon your situation, look upon maybe even your life in a different way. If there is something difficulties or something you're struggling with, then this card are asking of you, look upon it, you know, maybe even upside down, but in a way, in a different way, because then instead of being this, wrong card, sorry, being this way up, see what happens here. It looks like he's dancing, he's balancing on the yin yang symbol. It looks light for him. He even has this halo, so that's shining in the top of his head when you turn it around. So if things seem difficult and you really feel that there's this need of change of some sort of scenery, maybe outer scenery, maybe inner scenery, maybe sort of both, look upon the situation, look upon if things happen that you feel, see it as an opportunity to see, okay, this needs a change in some way. Maybe I need to remove myself from here. Maybe I need to do something totally different. Maybe it's just a course correction. Maybe it's a way of thinking, a way of doing, a way of interacting in the world, or a way of speaking to yourself that needs to be turned around, that needs to be looked upon in a different way. So so you can see the uniqueness and the beauty in yourself, and see that now is time for a change. Now it's time to do something else, to move on into the next step on your journey. Okay. So that was it for you, Danny. So I hope it's useful. I hope you can use it to to move along in life in a more smooth and pleasant way. Than if things feels happening to you, then you can take more charge of it yourself and be a more active player, so to speak. So Pooja, you're getting one card from each. You're welcome, Danny. I hope it's helpful. I really hope it's helpful. Usually when things often when things are changing, then it's really good to take part of it actively and mindfully yourself, instead of just, whoa, what's happening, and let things, you know, roll around you, and then it can be a bit overwhelming. But when you turn things around, look upon things in different ways, this might be helpful, instead of this is really a problem, for instance, then it often helps. So hi Anne, welcome and good morning. I am doing Pooja's reading now, and then I will come to you. We have both Tarot and Oracle. We have Elle, Oracle, and Fairy Tarot. And Pooja is getting one card from each. This is interesting. You have Sum of 5 and She Who Desires. No, sorry, she Who Yearns. And Sum of 5, that's about believing in that everything happens for a reason. It's an and She Who Yearns is about learning, about not learning, yearning, and feeling that call for something, for something, someone, something changing in yourself, something happening, feeling that yearn, feeling that call from within. And I really feel that this also have the butterfly energy in it, from as like when the caterpillar turns into a butterfly, then the caterpillar sort of broke. It's not there anymore. So So instead of focusing on what is not there anymore, like the caterpillar, because it needs to be not there anymore for you to step into the butterfly energy, for you to change into the new chapter fully, then it's important that you that you use that yearning into, where does my heart call me? What direction calls my heart, my soul? What color is my wings? What kind of butterfly I am, and and stepping into that, instead of feeling sad about what no longer is, feeling sad about that the caterpillar is no more, because it's a natural process changing from the caterpillar into the butterfly. It is the same, but it's two versions. It's a new version. So this is about yearning for something new, for a new version of you, and shifting your focus from what was into what will become, and already is on its way, uh, especially when you truly believe that that is the reason for that change, and that will help you step more into that butterfly energy, so to speak. So I hope that helps, Pooja. Good morning, Carrie, and welcome. So, Anne, it's your turn after take a sip of water. Also 2 cards, one from each. One from each for you, Anne. Yes, you can ask a question, but it will really help if you phrase it as a not as a yes/no question, and it would also help if it's not about someone else. But if it's about someone else, then we will take. I don't ask, but let's see. But yes, of course you can ask a question. Oh, Pooja, you're welcome. So, and these 2 cards now are for you. You got the Hermit and She Who Doubts. The Hermit here, that's and She Who Doubts is also about the duality between fear and trust, and the Hermit is about seeking the answers inside yourself. And if taking some time off and creating some space where you can do that, like not shutting other people out, but making sure that you have that room and space that where you can look inwards, where you can feel, sense, where you connect where you connect upwards, where you can ground yourself, and where you connect those through your heart and your higher heart, this heart area, and use that as a compass, to sort of feel and know what is best for me right now. How can I take care of myself? What is good for me now? And ask yourself if you feel any sort of fear and doubt, or doubt at all, whether it's fear involved or not. Where does that come from? Is it valid? And if so, how can you help yourself? So you will change that into trust. And for doing so, it's important that you put yourself in a situation where you are not influenced by especially stressful factors from the outside. And that's why you have the Hermit card. So you can take that time for you. You can give yourself that space, that time, that gift to honoring yourself. Either learn or relearn to trust that any doubt or any fear that you can find out what's its root, or at least where does it come from, how can you calm that, how can you change it into something that can help you instead of something that will stress you. But to be able to do that, it's important that you create that space for yourself, that you give yourself that time, that you look inwards. And in there, you will have the answers. In your heart area, grounding yourself, connecting upwards, downwards, center around your heart, and you will find the answers. You will refine an old trust, or find a new trust, that you know what to do, you know how to be you in the best way. But it's important that you sort of take a break from the world, so to speak, so you can invite in you and see what lies within. That will help rebuild trust, that will help create more trust, that will help you refine trust. So let's see. So carry on about message from your guides. Yes. Oh, healing from broken. Should I move on? Most times it's a good idea to move on. But let's see what the card is saying. Because it's not always just about moving on without taking care of yourself first and acknowledging how you feel. So let's see what the cards are saying. Oh, and I'm glad it makes a lot of sense. Via airship, just calling you Via. It's okay, hope it's okay. Hello and welcome. I will pull card for you after I have pulled card for Carrie Ann. So let's see. Tarot, 2 tarot cards for you, Carrie. Let's see what the cards have to say, from what the guides will speak to us, will speak to you through the cards. So let's see. Carrie Ann's guides about her broken heart and moving on or not, and how. One card here. Yes. Oh yes, I can see that you got the Winter tree. And in traditional, that's 3 of Swords, so there's definitely hurt in the heart. But in this deck, not that's not any hurting, but this deck here is asking of you to reach out to other people for comfort. Reaching out, not carrying the sadness and the sorrow on your own, but reaching out so you feel that supporting love around you to help you, because you have the autumn 6 also, and that's very much about a give and take, so to speak. So even though you might feel that going very much inside yourself, this Winter 3 here is asking of you to reach out to, so you are not alone. So, and maybe even reach out to some, and the give or take, some, be able to take a hug, so to speak, and to give a hug, to be able to receive warmth from other people, so can help you heal, can help you mend your sadness, your sorrow, your broken heart. And that in time will help you move on. It's not about, now I move on, boom, 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 boom. That's not what this card is saying. Yes, move on. That is not what's saying. But they are not, on the other hand, saying, yes, please stay in your sorrow and please do feel hurt. But acknowledge that you have that hurt. And acknowledge that what will help you, it's reaching out to people you trust, to people you love, that you feel comforted around, that you can take a hug from, that will help you heal the sadness, heal the sorrow. Because this card here is about give and take. And now it's time for you to be open to receive. And by receiving, you are also at the same time giving that person or those people that will help you here, giving them your trust. So yes, moving on, yes, but not like you need to move on right now. You are in the process right here and now, but it's important to acknowledge that sorrow, that sadness, that heartache, but also at the same time, no isolation, but instead reaching out to someone that can help you with that comforting heart, that warming words, so that will help you heal the hurt. And by healing the hurt, the moving on little by little will come more naturally, and you will know much better when it's time. But for now, acknowledge the hurt and reach out for help to receive help, but that give the trust in receiving help. I hope it helps, Carrie. I hope it helps. That is what you are guided to anyway. And I find it making really much sense. So Via, let's see. 2 tarot for you. Have a sip of water first. Oh, you're welcome, Carrie. You're welcome. And thank you, Carrie's Guides, for speaking through the cards to us, to her. So Via. 2 tarot cards for Via. Via Airship. Oops. Let's see this and this. Because there's 2 cards. This card here. So Via, now it's Via Airship. Now it's your cards. I have 2 tarot cards for you. I got the Ego and the Autumn 5. And these 2 cards, especially combined, can be somewhat of a challenge. But in this deck, it's not that bad as in other decks. So don't you worry. The Ego card here, it speaks of that you might feel trapped in some sort of in some area. It can be a mind pattern. It can be a place where you are at life, in your choices, in reactions and stuff, that you might feel trapped in a certain way of living, stuff like that. Or being caught too much up in fear and worry and stuff like that, and that can make the feeling of being trapped in that also. And doesn't get easier with the Autumn 5 traditionally for the tradition, but in this it actually saying to you, ask other people for help. Ask for help instead of going with the going around with the worrying and the thinking about, oh, this is not good, and now I did it again, or not did it again, or how can I change this, or whatever it is, and why do I keep doing so, and or attracting so, or choosing so, and whatever it is, where you feel trapped, whatever area it is, then this card here is asking of you to reach out for help. And this card here, Ego here, is also saying you are actually not trapped. It is an illusion. You can break free from whatever mind pattern or actions or non-actions or brain jail or whatever it is. You can break free from it. First step is to ask for help. Acknowledge that, oh, this is a bit I'm feeling a bit caught up in this. So ask someone you know, or if it's something really heavy stuff, then ask, people that know about that area, that know how to help you break loose from that, seek information from that, reach out for help. Whatever the challenge might be, then it's also it's a good idea to reach out for help. It's a good idea to ask for help, because you are not alone in this. As you can see here, it's about, and he's asking for help and he's getting help. So things are not as bad as they might see, as you might feel trapped. As soon as you open up for the opportunity to get some help, it might just be asking the universe, asking the angels, asking your cards, asking your guides for help. It doesn't need to be a person per se. It can be, of course, and it can be both. It can be both cards, guides, persons, professionals, friends, colleagues, family, pendulum, you name it. But ask for help, and help will show itself. Help will come. But as long as you stay in this feeling of anxiety or being trapped or hitting yourself in the head, oh no, what again? Then that is what you will continue doing. Break the circle by asking for help. Whether it's asking your guides, angels, real persons, ask for help. Whatever the situation, whatever the pattern it is, that you feel this area, I really this is too much in some way, I feel trapped in some way, then ask for help. Okay? So I will have one card for all of us from Tarot and two from Elle Oracle. And if we have someone more getting on, then maybe there will be time for that. That depends. But now I'm moving on to cards for all of us. And don't worry, the video will be timestamped, so you can always go back and see where's the personal and where's the collective. Okay, so let's see, Tarot here and Oracle here. We have the balance card for Tarot, and the Oracle we have she who stands and she who brings light. She who stands and she who brings light. And she who stands, that's really about being determined and making decision and not flutter about. So, and when we have the she who brings light, it's really much about standing up for yourself, making the decision of bringing light, making decision of being light, of be as much as possible in the world with heart energy and stuff like that. So standing not just in light but with light, standing with light. Okay. And the balance card here, because when you stand with light, especially when there are different this card is asking you to take more than your own view in consideration, and there can be disagreements, there can be arguments and stuff. But when you stand your ground, when you stand in life, also especially in disagreements, then you are helping creating balance. Then instead of stepping up and eventually conflict ladder or feeding the anxiety and nervousness and division in the world, then you instead will be help feeding the light, the coming together, the seeing all that instead. because when we listen, not just to ourselves, but also to other people's point of view and see where they come from and stuff like that, and seek solutions instead of seeing, okay, we disagree and then we will go. So see if there's some common ground. That will create more balance, and it will also create more light. It will also help being determined, because, but yeah, when you see that this is a good thing, that this is not making more strife and making more division, making more war and stuff like that, making more conflict, then it's also safe to stand up for yourself. It's more safe to stand, okay? So the balance is sort of a two-way street. It's in two-way. It's of course staying in balance within yourself, but also helping creating that balance by listening and being able to see other people's point of view and taking that into consideration also. Not to give in, but to embrace different opinions, different ways of being, of living, and acknowledging that no matter how different we seem, we sort of are all one. We are connected through our heart, through our soul, through that we are here on this earth at this time. Hi Timothy, hi. Yes, of course you can have a card after, just after this cards for all of us. So that's so important. I really feel that this She Who Brings Light, Blanche here, is important. It says beacon, it says serenity, it says light. So this can help, not just can, but will help bring standing up for balance, for seeing more than one side of the story, so to speak. So the balance, the light, stand in light, will help us all, will help balancing things. So if you feel things are tipping one way, then by standing up, by standing in light, not just being, but standing in light and being light, even if you might, that will help all. Okay. And I put the summer 7 also, and it feels like it's equivalent to say something about. So take that as an active choice. Stop procrastinating it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, maybe next time, or it's not important. Yes, it is important now. Stand in your light. It will help bring balance, not only for you, but for all of us, for all of the world. Okay? So, Timothy, your turn. Leroy, hello. I will do Timothy, Telltale, and then I will do Leroy, and then maybe one or two card followers again, and then I will round it up. Let's see, Timothy, Tarot, both. One from Tarot, one from Oracle. Let's see. Well, by the way, Timothy, I haven't seen your evening chat yet, but I noticed you come back and feel it. And I watched the Mary Magdalene with. Oh, it was beautiful, just beautiful. It was so nice to hear you with life, full of life, and again in your voice, so nice. Oh, which one of these? Come on, tell me. Okay, 2 as 1, interesting. So actually you get 3 cards, 2 tarot cards acting as 1, and an oracle card. So the 2 tarot cards acting as 1 is Autumn 10 and Summer 7. And they are speaking of, yes, they are speaking of taking steps to feel secure, especially, how can I put it, especially, you know, in regarding family and regarding your home and practical stuff. So taking steps to that. But in summer 7, it's speaking of that it's time to actually make those choices to how will you do that? Maybe you can do it now, maybe you can't do it now, but taking the choice and not putting the choice making out in the future. Now is the time to actually take those choices. Now is the time to embrace how it seems a little weird to say the security of the family, but you know, the warmth and the heartfelt love within the family. And family is, of course, blood family, but it's also chosen family. So actively taking that choice. And you have she who doubts. So if you have any doubts, and well, we all have, most of us have at some point, and I know you probably have also at some point for some things, and probably will have again. If you have any doubt whether they come from fear or some sort of insecurity, then this card is asking of you to trust that there's no need for doubting. There's no need for doubting yourself. There's no need for doubting whatever situation or area it is. There is security. There is this, how can I put it, not comfort, and yet, it's not comfort, it's, now I wish I was a native speaking English, because then I would have more words for it. But it's that feeling you get when you are with the people you love, when you are with the friends, family, blood family, chosen family, that nice feeling of security and feeling home and being where you're supposed to be. That kind, that feeling. And you are asked to make active choices towards that, especially when you find yourself doubting. Then you are asking to trust, and then make an active choice to trust that this, how can I put it, this feeling of family, of security within family, blood as chosen, that is what is good for you. That is what will help you. That is what will push away, not just push away, but also transform fear into non-fear. So I hope it makes sense. Oh, I can see Anne Herman also here. So Leroy and Anne Herman, and then 1 or 2 cards for us all, and then that's it, because sitting here too long at one time, it makes havoc on my back. So not too long time ago. You're welcome, Timothy, you are welcome. And also that Mary Magdalene video here the other day. Oh, that was like, it was like, welcome back. I really loved it. So, and I hope, wishing you all the best, of course, with what's going on. So, yeah. So let's see, Leroy. That's 2 cards from the Oracle, and then we take Anne Herman. Leroy, you got she who rises up and she who sees. And that's Pearl and Makita, and it's about uplifting and elevating and empowering. And it's about observing and perceiving, and also sometimes scrutinizing. But I feel that the scrutinizing not so much today, not so much here. But it's about rising, she who rises up. So it's about what rises you up, what lifts you up, what can you do? What are you doing that lifts you up, that makes you feel empowered? Which people, what kind of person makes you uplifted? You know, what kind of situations lift you up, empower you. And you can use this She Who Sees card here to observe. Use that observation. If you don't know it already, then observe. How are you reacting? How are you feeling around in certain situations, around certain people, around by doing different things and doing other things? What makes you feel heavy? What makes you feel heavier? What makes you feel lighter? What makes you feel stronger? What makes you feel happy and joyful? And what makes you feel sad? And what makes use that? Use those observations. That is your strength, that you can use that observation power to see what will uplift you, what will empower you, and then use that as a guideline, use that as a compass to make choices in life, small and big and everything in between. Okay, Leroy, that was for you. So, Anne Herman, I love my animal neighbors. Yeah, me too. The sheeps and the ducks and the coots, and yeah, I love them too. So, you do not need a card today. Yeah, but you're getting one anyway. You're getting one from the Oracle. The Oracle wants to give you a card. This Elle Oracle wants to give you a card. So let's see. Actually, you don't need it, but you are given one anyway. Oh, wow. You are given the card of She Who Grants Wishes. Okay? She Who Grants Wishes. About wishing, hoping, and connecting the two. She has a wand. I feel there's a lot of magic in this card, not like magic like tricks stuff magic, but like magic in wielding energy in ways that transform and form the reality, both for you but also for other people, that you have that capacity to do so. So that's nice. That's nice. So a sip of water and then 2 cards for all of us. There's a little bit followers in the beginning also. And then there will be some heroes. Oh, good. Could you understand? So let's see what 2 tarot cards for all of us. Not just all of us here in the chat, but all of us, like all of us watching this video, no matter when or where. Hi, Shirley. You can get 1 card, maybe 2 for you after I've done this for all of us, and then that's it for today, because otherwise I will be way too sore on my back. But for all of us, we have Spring 7 and Spring 3. So it's about being self-assured. I will show you the cards here. See, they are a little bit glittery, a little bit glossary. The other way around, sorry. Spring 7 and Spring 3. And it's about being self-assured and standing up for yourself, especially for what you believe in, okay? Not in an aggressive, fighting way at all, but standing up for yourself and knowing that feeling that self-assured and feeling self-assured and planning. And when you do planning, then think not just to a nose tip or an hour or 2 ahead or tomorrow, but also in longer terms, okay? Because it's about things are on its way. This is Spring 3. It's in traditional 3 wands, but it's also in some decks 3 of fire, and it's a creative energy, but it's also an energy, especially in this deck, about planning for the future, but not in an earthy way, but with ideas and knowing that now is the time to do so, because change is there. Your ship is coming in, so to speak. It's not at the harbor yet, it's not docked yet, but it's coming there, it's on its way. So making sure that you have what it takes for the journey, so to speak, that you are prepared for the journey that you either just embarked or are about to embark. That is really important. But it's also important at the same time to be a bit patient, because, as I said, it's not there yet, not just yet, but it's on its way, okay? So that these two energy working together here. So be sure about yourself, that what journey you have stepped onto, what steps you want to take, because the steps you take are what will create your journey, what will create your life from here and onwards, okay? So standing up for what is important for you, and be self-assured and stuff like that. You know, this is what I stand for. This is what is truly is me. That will help you preparing for this journey, to bringing that on with you, that is you and not someone else. So, you know, if it was a literally journey, it's okay, then pack your suitcase for your journey, and not what some other people think would like. It's kind of silly to bring a lot of books for reading if you really like to go out swimming, for instance, and don't like to read on your vacation, you know. But maybe your sister likes it, or mother likes it, or a friend likes it, but you don't pack for your friend, sister, or mother, you pack for you. So bring on the swimming suit and some, you know, snorkels and stuff. That is what you're going to. So don't pack for your journey for others, but pack for you, because your ship is about to come in. You have already ordered the tickets, okay? So no, neither, Shirley, neither. I'm in Denmark, just in top of Germany, and to the on the map left for Sweden, west of Sweden, just west of Sweden, and on top of Germany, that's Denmark. So, but one of the Scandinavian countries. Yes, yes, that's nice. So, Shirley, one tarot card for you, and then that's it for today. Because I'm sitting here almost an hour, and I can feel it. I've been sitting about 3/4 of an hour for the Danish one also, so well, it's about time to. Which one is this? This one here. Oh, you got the autumn prince. You got yourself a prince. And he looks like this in this deck. What's the important thing here? I get something about planning, but also about being a bit careful, but not like cautious, like, whoa, careful, like being afraid, careful, not like that. But, you know, careful in the way that taking enough time to make sure that everything is in order. Not rushing into things, not rushing into decisions, not procrastinating them either, but, you know, making sure that you have checked, that you have checked what needs to be checked, that you have brought with you what's important to bring with you in any given situation, both metaphorically speaking, but also literally. So, because by doing so, you are you will be very well off. This card here is a good card, as long as you don't rush along and don't take the card's advice of, hey, slow down a bit, take your time, make sure that you are prepared, that you're properly prepared for whatever it is the situation is. Make sure that you take that time in this sort of situation. Make sure that you bring with you what is needed for the situation, and not just grabbing something. Oh, just grab something and out the door you go. But take a little bit extra time to make sure you bring with you what is needed for where you are going. Make time for a bit of planning, and then everything will work out really good. Okay, way better than it would if you didn't take that time for for planning. Yeah, preparing, exactly. Oh, that's early. That's in the middle of the night. It's 10:30 here. Morning, 10:30 a.m. Wouldn't call it morning anymore, but it's somewhere between morning and noon. Pre-noon. Oh yeah, directly translated from Danish, it's actually formiddag. We call it formiddag here in Denmark, and it's directly translated. It will be pre-noon. So yeah, before noon, pre-noon, before noon. So we had have a word for that. So like you have afternoon, then we also have the same for between breakfast and noon. That's nice. You're welcome, Shirley. You're welcome. One more, just a small one for us all, for the Oracle to end it up. And that's a card about being curious, about curiosity, about searching. She who questions. And it's not like, is that good enough? Not that kind of questions, not critical questions like, huh? But being questions like, oh, this is interesting. I want to know more about that, and how to do that, when to do that, how can I best, all that kind. Being curious for life, about evolving, about learning new, about other people, about the world, about yourself, being curious, expanding your mind, expanding your heart. Okay, being passionate, the passion flower, being passionate about expanding your heart and mind by being curious and asking those sort of questions that boost up curiosity, not questions that boost up negativity and lifted fingers. Okay, so that's a nice round. That's a nice roundup. not the weed killer, but yeah, that will be the last card for this week's Monday Live, and I'm so happy for you all participating. And yeah, I need to stretch. I need to get up a little bit and get out again before the rain comes. They have promised some rain today, not too much today here, but tomorrow a bit more. So now we'll see. So thank you, Shirley. Glad you liked it. So once more, thank you all for being here, and thank you all for watching whenever you're watching it. So I'm wishing you all a lovely day, also to you, Shirley, and thank you for your wishes, and thank you again all for participating, and thank you all for being here, and thank you all for being you. So hopefully see you next week to the next Monday Live. So thank you, Anne, also to you. From my heart to yours. Bye for now. Take care. Bye bye.